What's up, strongest men, women, and children from blocks all around the world? I am my block's strongest man, and tonight we have the greatest Christmas spectacular in all of YouTube. I have my first interview on this channel, and it is with the one, the only, Santa Claus!
Ciao, homie!
I am so excited to have Santa here with us on Christmas Day to do an interview on my block's strongest man. So today, what I wanted to talk to you about Santa is I have been going through and providing lots and lots of great strongman content for my loyal subscribers who love to hear all the information about the world's strongest men. And I decided that for Christmas, I think some of these guys might look like you, and I would like to ask you, and for you to decide, which strongman looks the most like Santa Claus? Let's have your take on which strongman looks the most like Santa Claus. Give us your thoughts, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! Thank you, my block's strongest man, for having me today on this interview on the greatest of all YouTube channels. It's an honor to be here. And first and foremost, Santa Claus would like to get a few things out of the way. First, I take offense to this idea that there are ugly Christmas sweaters. Mrs. Claus procured for me this Christmas sweater that I hereby deem the fly Christmas sweater. Ho, 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 ho. And secondly, I'd like to open by saying my block's strongest man has worked long and hard for all of you loyal viewers to provide you with fantastic content all year. 106 videos is this one. Please subscribe and tell everyone you know to subscribe and get this man to 1K by New Year's Day. Santa knows he deserves it. He's been a good boy this year. But on to the question. So, which strongman looks the most like Santa Claus? We have, in Santa's mind, a few candidates. First, Adam Bishop. Well, this man seems to be wearing some soccer attire that looks very Christmas-like. Ho, ho, ho! Green and red. What a jolly fellow, Adam Bishop, a good candidate. Let's move on. We have the beloved Scotsman, Luke Stoltman. A very powerful man, proud of his heritage. Again, green and red in the kilt. Very much Christmas-minded. And next we have the ambassador of the sport, Brian Shaw, who in this photo is even wearing Santa attire. He is one of my greatest helpers. Thank you, Brian. You've been such a good boy to all this year. And our next opportunity is Van Awesome, the man who is best buddies with all of the other strongmen. Van Awesome, a giant in his own right, has reached already 8'6" at this point this year, and has also been a very good boy, and was rewarded with going to see the Shaw Classic in person. Santa didn't even get an invite to that. Ho, 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 ho. No. Our next candidate, perhaps the obvious choice for most, Robert Oberst, wearing his Santa hat and his jolly big beard. And let's face it, the man is the correct shape to be Santa Claus. Next we have the Canadian Maxime Boudreau also. Ho, 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 quite an impressive beard on this man. And powerful. What is this he's lifting above his head? A metal log? At the North Pole, we only have wooden logs. Trey Mitchell! Another impressive beard and another physique, a Santa-like physique. Ha 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 ha! A good candidate. Who else would Santa consider as a lookalike? Alexei Novikov, who Santa has been told was a very good boy this year. He won the World's Strongest Man. What is he? Lifting some sort of futuristic sleigh here? What is this? Let's move on to Jerry Pritchett. Quite an imposing and perhaps scary man, Jerry Pritchett. And next we have another perhaps front runner. This man, chubby in the cheeks, and a nice beard and round face and jovial demeanor. Martins Lisis, the 2019 World's Strongest Man. Ho 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 ho! A great candidate, and I think we have one more to consider, and that is 2017 World's Strongest Man winner Eddie Hall. Also, at some points in his career, quite Santa physique-like. Not these days. Not these days, and perhaps that will disqualify him. He has too many abdominals now. But what would these men look like if they were dressed as Santa? That is the question. Ho, 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 ho. We need to see it to believe it. Let's see it. And here is what they would look like. Take a moment, absorb it all. Not sorbitol, that's a sweetener. Absorb it all. Try to see if you can determine who each of these men is under the beard and hat. And think about which one looks like the most Santa-like. Which is the world's strongest Santa? We'll start from the top left, because that's what you do when you go counterclockwise. Sorry, clockwise. Adam Bishop. Very jovial. Very UK. Santa doesn't come from the UK, but we shouldn't disqualify him for that. I don't know that he's round enough to be Santa. We'll disqualify him. Next up is Luke Stoltman. And Luke has such kind eyes. I think he must be considered as a front runner. Santa is a kind man who cares for all children except the misbehaved ones. Don't let that be you. Luke Stoltman. And then we have Brian Shaw, who, for all his benevolence in the Shaw Classic of ensuring that all of these other strongmen had a competition to attend and to show off their talents, he is a front runner as well. Then we have Ved Awesome, who wins every competition that he enters. 8'8" is this man, a gigantic man. Santa is not that tall, so perhaps not a good choice. But Van wins everything he enters, so we will have to keep considering him. And here is Robert Oberst, almost a natural fit. Moving down into the middle here is Martins Lisis, and again, I like the rosy, chubby cheeks. I'm liking Martins. We have in the violet World's Strongest Man shirt, Maxime Boudreau from Canada. He seems to have too much angst to be Santa in this photo. We will disqualify Maxime, even though his beard is impressive. Eddie Hall in the center. He's a good choice as well if you are choosing Eddie Hall from 2017 without all of the abdominals and all of the predilection for boxing. Santa does not condone violence. Ha ha ha! Ha ha! No, no, no. Trey Mitchell in the green shirt, a good choice as well. And then down on the left, from Kiev, Ukraine, Alexei Novikov, the current reigning world's strongest man, but way too serious to be Santa Claus. Not Alexei. And in the middle, perhaps the most intimidating, badass Santa of all time is Jerry Pritchett. And if he came at me looking like that, Santa would turn and run the other way and take all of his reindeer with him because Jerry could probably lift them all. But not jovial enough. Too stern to be Santa Claus. And then, of course, on the right in the large facial expression is my block's strongest man, who will be disqualified since he is the host of this whole get-together. So we have narrowed it down. Is Santa's favorite Santa lookalike Luke Stoltman, Brian Shaw, Robert Oberst, Martins Lises, Eddie Hall, or Trey Mitchell? I'm thinking about it. I must converse with the elves. One moment. What do you think, elf number one? Okay, elf number two. What do you think, elf number three? And elf number four? I have conversed with the elves, and it is unanimous. The jovial character, the rosy cheeks, the perfect body physique of Martins Lises is the perfect world strongest man equivalent of Santa Claus. And that is my final word. Thank you for having me, my block's strongest man. And all of you remember, it's Christmas. It's too late for Christmas presents, but it's not too late to stock up on my block's strongest merch, to have exercise clothing for your New Year's resolutions. Check it out now. And thank you for having me. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
Well, that's amazing, Santa. The conclusion you came to with Martins Lises, I can't disagree with you. That's a great choice. Facial features, jovial character. The guy went from used to be a dragon to now being the happiest guy on earth. He's got to be the strong man who most resembles Santa Claus. I got to agree with you. Thanks again, Santa, for joining me on my block's strongest man. I can't believe I was able to secure this interview. Hopefully, you'll be down to do this again next year. It was a blast for me, and I really appreciate all your feedback. And for all of you who have subscribed to me in the last 5 months since I've been on the air on YouTube, I really, really appreciate you joining the community, bringing all of your great insights, whether it agrees with me or it doesn't. It's always a learning experience, and I really appreciate all your support. For those of you who haven't had a chance to go over to shop.spreadshirt.com/myblockstrongestman yet, it's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, like, this stuff is all great quality. We have my Block Strongest Man hoodies, all kind. I mean, keep your little kitties safe. Seriously, you know, pandemic masks for the kids. For your babies, you got to keep the babies safe. So I do have designs for everything. Got our little shirts. So I try my best to make nice, cute designs that everybody will like, make a nice, positive experience everywhere. I think you all know by now, coming to this channel gets you positive interaction and discussion, and we have no room for hate or negativity here. So I hope that this year has brought you a little more joy watching my videos. And again, of course, until next time, as always,
ciao, homie!
So if you like this video and haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing using that button right there. And also, stay tuned for some other videos that you might love blooping up right there. This one is the one that YouTube thinks that you will like the best, and this one is the one that I think you will like the best. As always, share this with everyone, and until next time, ciao, homie.